are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe Coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. Welcome, and thank you for tuning in for another episode. I had a couple of quick thoughts I wanted to share on a topic that comes up fairly frequently when I'm working with fellow creators, and that is when we start feeling impatient for results. That can show up in a variety of ways, like when we're impatient for the money to come, or for the weight to drop, or for the business to take off, or our love interest to appear, or for the job offer to come. There's a wide variety of ways we might find ourselves feeling antsy for results. And I've got some strong ideas about what to do with that when we are feeling impatient. But I want to say first that I personally don't mind when something takes a minute to get here. Sometimes it feels like the universe is giving me a little gift to get my story straight before it manifests, because it's not unusual for me to have room for improvement on what I was expecting. So to have an extra minute to get lined up with what I want feels like, a gift from universe. So, I can tweak my vibe or upgrade my expectations or improve my receiving skills in order to let what arrives be what it wants to be in its full glory, instead of it having to, shrink itself down to match my maybe somewhat tempered or slightly kinky vibrations. So, like if I don't hear back from potential adopters right away, I don't mind, because that means I've got an extra minute to remember what it feels like for my foster kitty to get an ideal home. Or if I don't get a response back from tech support immediately, that gives me a chance to practice easy peasy fix before they write back saying, this is going to be tricky or take a while. It's like it's extra time for me to get more aligned. I don't mind that. I can almost always improve my alignment. So I'm not opposed to things taking a little bit longer. I'll use that time wisely. That's what I'm saying. But when I do get impatient, or when I'm talking with someone who's feeling impatient for something to happen, I want to say that impatience is a sign that we're going the muggle routine by relying on circumstances to feel better, right? That's us depending on something to happen before we feel the relief or the relaxation or the happiness. And conscious creators don't roll that way because we know we are the guides to reality. Reality follows us, so we need to lead it properly by being willing to get in front. And that means knowing how to feel better before anything else happens. That's the heart of vibration management. We know that. It means we don't wait for the body to heal before we like it better, or we don't wait for the boyfriend or girlfriend to show up in order to know ourselves as lovable. We don't wait for the money to arrive before we feel free or successful. We don't wait for client testimonials to prove our value. We don't wait on reality to feel what we want, because reality can only reflect whatever we're already feeling. So, we can end up in this permanent waiting game. If we're relying on reality to change so we can feel better, when it's waiting on us to make the first move. That's why one of my favorite cures for impatience is appreciation. No matter what I'm impatient for, if I can remember that life is already good right now, that there are plenty of things for me to celebrate and acknowledge as desirable and enjoyable in my life, then I shift out of that vibe of waiting for something to happen and into the vibe of appreciation. And that is a vastly improved frequency for getting what I want. It's a much better instruction for what's going to come next. What else I know about impatience is that when I'm feeling that way, I'm missing out on the joy of the journey. And the joy of the journey is all we've ever got. I know that sounds trite, but destinations are overrated. It's the way there that we spend the majority of our time in. So we want to learn how to do that routine really well, how to have a good time in it on the way there. when I'm not having a good time on the way there, number one, I'm probably not going to like where I end up because, as Abraham teaches, unhappy journeys don't have happy endings. And number two, I'm missing the point of it all because all there ever is right now. So if I don't know how to like it now, I won't like it anywhere because now is all I've ever got. It can't be any different than what I'm instructing vibrationally right now. So I'll remind myself, I don't need this or anything else to change in order to feel better. I can feel better right now just by deciding to. That's always my choice. And I can do that just by looking around at my fabulous life and remembering how much I like it here already. There's so many things already to enjoy and appreciate and take delight in. And maybe that feels a little bit like I'm relying on external things for my internal feelings when I'm looking around, like how much I like my dog or my plants or the book I'm reading or the show I'm watching in order to feel better. But I'll use whatever's handy for reminding myself that life is already good. Life is already good. And if I can't see that now, I won't see it ever. And the truth is, we can see it now. Maybe not in every mood, but in most of them. At least I can. I'll speak for myself because I've gotten really good at spotting what's going right and what's here that I can enjoy. And the thing is, the more we practice that perspective, the better we get at it. And appreciation, that's a key manifesting skill. It's worth being good at this one. When you're good at liking what's going on, you're an easy vibrational match for more things to unfold that you're going to love. So when we're looking to the next thing, it's so easy to miss the thing right here that's already fabulous, already amazing, already enjoyable. Abraham reminds us that we can love what we've got while also looking forward to what's next. They can go hand in hand, and that is a vibrational sweet spot to manifest from. We can love what is and look forward to what's coming next. I like that reminder. Even when I was managing a variety of, pretty unhelpful thoughts about that proposed development in my neighborhood, at one point I asked myself, what's right about this? What's to like about this? And I thought, well, I can't blame people for wanting to be here. Who could blame them for wanting to enjoy it? It's a respite up here. This is a paradise. They're well guided to be drawn to this place. It's where my guidance brought me. One of the other things I liked about it was that I wasn't alone in my opinion that things would be better without that development. It was really nice to see the community coming together in order to share our preferences with the planners and the decision makers. I liked that part. And then I was thinking too about how, these developers, they have dreams and ambitions too. I'm all about dreams and ambitions. I can respect that they have theirs, even if it's not what I would pick, because the cool, conscious creator that I am, I know we can all have what we want. That me getting what I want doesn't mean they don't get what they want, and them getting what they want doesn't mean I don't get what I want. All I got to do is tend to my focus. I know how this magic works. And as I was thinking thoughts like that, my thoughts softened, my vibration raised. And I remembered that it's always up to me to decide whether I'm enjoying or not. I don't require certain conditions to be in place in order for me to be having a good time. That's training I've got from Abraham about being an unconditional lover of life. I'm still in training. I'm getting better at it every day. So I remind myself, I don't require certain conditions to be in place in order to be having a good time. I know I can choose that anywhere, anytime, any place. And you know what, as I remembered that, I had a little less charge. I just cared a little less about what happened or what didn't happen with the development, knowing that I wasn't going to let anyone spoil my good time because I'm the only one who can do that. They can't do that. That's me. It's my choice. And as I relaxed about it a little bit, guess what happened? I got a phone call the other day. There's a rumor that the developer has drastically scaled back their plans, drastically, and it may get scaled back even more or pushed out into the future even further. So yeah, it pays off to feel good. My point is, When you find yourself feeling kind of needy about something happening, remember that reality is waiting for your cue. Reality is waiting for you to offer a new vibrational signal in order for it to shift. And you know how to offer those new cues. That's what all the blog posts, the podcast episodes I share are about. You know how to do this. And it can be as simple as finding one thing to appreciate right here, right now. One way to feel better, one reason to smile, one reason to feel good. Appreciation is a reliable remedy for impatience. I hope you got some inspiration from this episode. Thanks for listening, everyone.